Hi, I'd like to introduce you to ACS Health Insurance, who I've been working with for many years. There are lots of good points about ACS as a company, and I've come up with 8 that I'd like to take you through right now. ACS are underwritten by Allianz Germany. Allianz are a very respected underwriter in the industry. They are operating in over 70 countries around the world, have 150,000 employees, and over 100 million customers. ACS are also set up for direct billing. This means that the insurer will pay direct to the hospital, so you don't have to pay first and then claim for reimbursement after the fact. Paying your premium. ACS have a monthly payment option and there's no additional charges to do so. ACS is a Southeast Asian based health insurance, so you're fully covered 365 days of the year in Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar. And the benefit of this is that the insurer recognises that in this part of the world, health cover is a lot cheaper, so you'll see that that's reflected in the premiums. Coverage outside of Thailand. ACS will cover you in Europe for 120 days per year, so if you do visit Europe, you will be covered. So I've already mentioned that you get full coverage in Southeast Asia, and you also get 120 days full coverage in Europe. So what about the rest of the world? What if you visit the US, or you visit Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, places like that? The good news is if you go to these places, you will get 7 weeks cover each time you visit. So if you come back to Thailand after a visit home to the US, that time gets reset and you get another 7 weeks. Another good feature is that you can use any hospital you like with no restrictions. What I like about French insurance is that they have very strict laws in place to protect the consumer. So a really good example for this would be if you have the insurance with ACS and you have a big claim in that year, at the end of that year they're not allowed to penalise you for that claim, so they can't increase your premium or they cannot cancel you. If you compare that on the other hand to say, for example, a Thai insurance, it works very differently. Actually, in their policies, they reserve the right to renew your policy year on year. So if you did have that same big claim, they could actually either cancel your policy or increase your premium. So this is the ACS brochure. If we skip down to page 8, this is where you're going to see the plan comparison chart, which highlights all of your coverage. So as you'll see here, there's 3 different plans to choose from. There's bronze, silver, and gold. And within each plan, the coverage limits are $500,000 or $1 million. So looking at the coverage, if you go to the left-hand column here, at the top here, this whole section relates to your inpatient treatment. Now you'll see with the bronze, silver and gold, everything's 100% covered. Now if you go further down here, this is your outpatient treatment. As you'll see with the bronze plan, there's no coverage for outpatient treatment. However, when you move across to silver, you'll start to see that's included. And then with the gold, you get the same coverage there, but with some additional add-ons, which are optical, dental and maternity. So a really nice feature that I want to draw your attention to is this. As you'll see, it's highlighted here. Outpatient care before and following a hospitalisation, up to 30 days before and 90 days following the hospitalisation. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the bronze plan doesn't have any outpatient cover, as you can see. However, it does have this really nice feature where if outpatient treatment, which is linked to a hospitalisation stay, that is actually covered. So a good example of this would be you're involved in an accident, you're hospitalised for a few days, and then you need to go back for physio treatment. So in this instance, that would be covered. Also, another good example would be you've been to see the doctor, they've run a few diagnostic tests, one of those might be an MRI, they found something, and then you subsequently need to be hospitalised. Now that hospitalisation is then linked to that treatment that you had before, and that is then going to be covered. Now, as I say, this is a very unique feature. Most insurers, if you choose an inpatient treatment only plan, as soon as you're out of the hospital, as soon as you're discharged, there's no coverage whatsoever. So this is a really good feature that I like.